Right. Me too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I got to do that.
I think we're live. Let me check. I know the phone. I'll have to check again. It says upcoming. There we go. Apparently, I have no pictures showing up on live phone.
There it goes. Again. Yep, it's on now.
For some reason,
you're not showing a picture, Chris.
For some reason, I'm not showing a picture. I am here, though. I don't know why. Hang on. Maybe it doesn't like the low light setting. Let me check my camera real quick.
Maybe it didn't like you.
Yeah, pretty ugly. Let's see.
I know mine's always breaking. I have to put it on extreme sensitive. Don't be offended.
All right. Wait a minute. No. See, it shows on my screen, but it's not showing on the phone. I don't know why. Oh, wow. It's not my first rodeo, but apparently the Rook Bowl bucked me off already. I don't know what's going on. My camera's got to be working though.
I mean, we could see you in the green or in the stream.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know.
I can see him on my phone.
You're
there it goes.
good now. You're on now.
Huh. I don't know. Yeah, because I could see myself on there, but I was playing the role of John Cena apparently for the first part. So. Not getting paid John Cena money though. All right, we'll go to the live chat here. Open Rotor's on. What's up, Open Rotor? Straight out the West Coast now. No longer in Italia. So I know we got all of us on. There is 9 people in the chat that I see watching. I don't know. You guys like this layout, or do we want to go with this one? There we go. We'll just see what happens. I'm having some issues because I set up way too early this time. Last year I didn't set up to the last minute and panicked the whole time trying to get ready. This year I set up 5 hours early and I almost killed my power out here in the shed. So we'll see what happens. Another season live stream, season 3. We're still looking for number 6. I talked to Black Phoenix Entertainment earlier. He may pop in if he gets a chance. If not, we'll stick with the 5 for now. We'll figure it out later. No, we were discussing adding a 6th person earlier this year. We've been talking about it most of the summer and off season. You know, looking for maybe a female perspective. Anybody out there want to succumb to our stupidity? Let me just say, any female that's not a snowflake, that's not going to worry about hanging out with a bunch of bikers, because you're going to have to deal with us and whatever happens in the chat. But I'm going to say, we're looking for somebody. Semi-permanent, 2 o'clock once a month through the winter months here in the north. Most of us are in South Canada. Southern. I guess. I don't know. But
close enough.
Yeah. I think we got what? 5 questions. 5 people, 5 questions. I guess we'll start that at 2 o'clock or whenever we decide to. I know we got some rides already planned for next year. McStash has something going already if we want to discuss that. Now we can. Any other things going on besides that, I guess. So, but I won't see what time is it. We got 1 minute to 2. I'll start the questions at 2 o'clock. Anybody else got anything going on? We can discuss rides afterwards, I guess. Anyone?
Actually, you know what, McStash, hold up that mug for a minute, man.
Huh?
Hold up your mug for a minute.
Oh. This?
Hey, yeah, everybody take a good look at that mug. Kristen and I, MotoPig Sensei, bought one for McStash and actually had one made with my logo on it. The quality is impeccable. It's an awesome mug. Only reason I'm not using it now is because I got my can. Definitely reach out to him if you want one. They're awesome. And anybody in the chat, if you're in the chat, make sure you click on that like button. We got 6 already. Let's everybody who's here please click that like button for CDL.
Where'd you guys order them from?
My daughter makes them. She can make them with your logo or with my logo.
Okay. All right. So she doesn't have a website or anything, does she? She's just kind of going through you.
She's working on one. I think right now
Okay.
she's like on TikTok or something like that.
All right.
But
What's
Yeah.
that?
That's that Chinese website.
yeah,
where people do random videos.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jason.
she might have a. Yeah, I can get you more information on that as it's available. But she's new into doing it, and I told her, I said, shoot, my moto vlogger friends would eat that up. So
Yeah. Yeah. If we want to do a giveaway, I know last season we talked about giveaways, and that basically went to shit the first episode. So we never stuck with it because nobody actually answered the questions appropriately. So, but at some point, if we want to do a giveaway or something, we can work on maybe a live stream logo or something. Who knows?
Yeah, and that's the
more
thing.
roadside distraction shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, yeah, like I said, we ordered 2 of the McStash, and I got one with my logo on it. I mean, you could put anything on it. I mean, like I said, the quality is amazing.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So we are back for season 3. Still 5 of us. Hopefully, number 6 will be added this year. Maybe this episode. We're still looking for somebody permanent to add to the live stream. Like I said, I invited Black Phoenix to join us if he could today. I'm waiting. I don't see him in there yet. So I know he's always got a lot going on. He does his own live stream on Fridays occasionally. But let's see. We will go ahead and start with the questions, I guess. I will start with Mr. McStash. Oh, you didn't know? This first, basically the one questions I have for today, Lawson came up with most of them. I came up with the last one. So
Black Phoenix is in the chat.
is he? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Hang on. I see. I got to post the invite again. Hang on. Hopefully I'm pasting the right thing. All right. Let's see. There it is. Black Phoenix, if you want to jump on, go ahead and click on the link. I'll add you.
I lost my chat. How do I get the chat back?
I don't know. You might have to click on. Are you looking at your chat on your phone or in here?
On the laptop.
There he goes. And we have our number 6.
Hey,
Black Phoenix. All right. We were just getting ready to start on the questions, so I know you didn't get to see the questions ahead of time, but you can kind of wing it anyway. So
yeah, that works.
yeah, we don't take this too seriously. So,
I don't even remember what they are.
yeah. You came up with most of them, but I added the last one, so that's all right. Well, I am here to read off those questions, and if you can't answer it, Google it.
None of them are gender or political in nature.
Not yet, anyway. So, but we are looking for somebody of the opposite gender, and I do mean opposite. But anyway, and that's it. The live stream's over. We just got kicked off and lost all our spots. So, all right, we're going to start with the first question. We start with Mr. McStash. Now that we in the Rust Belt are getting our first taste of winter, what is the lowest temp you'll ride in? And are there any conditions you won't ride in? Go ahead.
Well, unfortunately,
Use your
let's see I was going to say the lowest temp does not exist, and are there any conditions? Unfortunately, I work riding year round, so far the answer is no and no. I'll ride in anything right now, so I don't like the ice, of course, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. I do, for those that don't know, I do funeral escort, and you know, people die year round. It's not like they choose to die in nice weather. So, kind of, you know.
But at least if they die in the wintertime, the body stays fresher a little bit longer. So.
Oh wow.
Well, that's what they say. I don't know.
We're only 5 minutes in, and we're already starting
I was gonna say,
downhill.
yeah, that didn't take long at all.
All right, so I as soon as CDL asked the question, Jason, I knew what your answer was going to be. But how about this for pleasure riding? For pleasure riding, what?
Oh boy,
the Snuggie.
That's our sponsor from Trojan right there. Pleasure riding.
Right.
For non funeral rides.
I'll be right back. I need to get another drink.
I'm going with Toby. Honestly, I like I said, ice. I avoid ice. As far as if I want to ride, if I got a place to ride or an excuse to ride, I'll ride. Salt goes away with water. So, I mean, I don't like it on my bike, but I'll wash it off. I ain't scared. I have a garage. My garage has 4 bikes in it. So if it's time to ride, it's time to ride. I shine bikes. I don't dust cover bikes. So, I mean, have I been out in things I don't want to ride in? Yeah. I mean, what was it last year? It was October here in Ohio, and Doyle says, "Hey, I got an Airbnb down in Florida. We're going down for Shade Tree Surgeons Forgotten Angels Camp. It's free if you want to come with us." I'm like, "It's October in Ohio. You want me to go to Florida? I'm out of here." So I rode down there and 26 hours down, 25 hours back, not by choice, but because snow was coming in Ohio and I didn't want to be riding in the snow. So I jumped on the bike and made it happen. I have heated gear. I have heated gloves, heated jacket liner, heated pants liner. I've honestly only turned the pants on one time. So if you're dressed appropriately, it's not that bad. Most of that riding was also on my 04, which is 40 degrees warmer than the newers, the Rushmores and up. So it does make it a little bit easier, but I don't know.
Well, we got 11 people in the chat, 12 people in the chat. Cool. Got a few people out there I haven't seen before in the chat.
Pretty cool. Say, did you go down and holler at everybody?
Trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Ray's Moto Life here. I came across him yesterday and gave him a shout out and checked out his stuff. He does some really interesting stuff with 360 cameras, which I'm all about because I want to learn more.
You guys are chatting in the private chat. I'm having an issue with my private chat for some reason.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Got to pay another $1.99 a minute. Yeah, some reason I can't read it. It's all screwed up. I think my internet went down for a second earlier, so sorry. All right, Toby, it's your question now.
I'm year-round rider for me. It's right now for me. It's not necessarily the weather that dictates. It's the opportunity workload I've got. I'm so far behind in college classes right now that I'm like spending long hours doing that. So that's all my focus right now. But yeah, the weather doesn't bother me. The only thing I look at really is, like Jason said, is just if it's going to be below freezing, and it hasn't been raining in a few days or several days, then yeah, I'm not going to be too concerned with the roads because that just means the traffic's going to be fine, But I'm a year-round person. I don't let the weather bother. I don't. You really have to raise your radar and your awareness when you do have that kind of weather that you're riding, because cage IQs drop dramatically worse in that kind of weather, let alone sunny and daylight and pretty. So.
Yeah, I almost got ran over by a BMW on my most recent video.
Yeah, I'm year round. There's not, like I said, to me, I look at the weather conditions. I'm not in Jason's shoes where I escort funerals. He has to do it even more so. He has to he subjects himself to that stuff. But but having said that, like I said, no issues here at all. Year round, if it's available.
Yeah. Okay. Randy, your question.
I would say year round. I got the gear for it because I wanted to ride year round. So I've been in all types of weather. I don't like ice. I'll try to avoid that if I can. But I mean, I've rode in snow before, hailstorms, just about everything over 100-degree weather. But anytime, I mean, I don't care as long as I get to ride. As long as I'm comfortable, I'm good. So.
Yeah. I guess I'm next. So, like everybody else, I do try and ride whenever I can. As Toby mentioned, time is the biggest factor right now. With work and school and all that good stuff. But as long as the roads are safe, I definitely try not to go out when there's ice on the roads. But as Jason said, salt. I try to avoid salt, but it'll come off with a hose and all that. But I will admit that I do have a cover on my bike right now because we had to move it from the garage, my mother-in-law's garage, into the shed we built over the summer. And I'm not 100% sure that it's completely watertight yet. So we did some caulking and some spray foam, but I have to get back out there and do any last minute stuff. Gotta try and get out. I mean, I think we're pretty much at the 40-degree range right now. So that's still good enough for me. I've got the gear. The only thing I don't have yet is heated gloves, which I hope to alleviate here very soon.
Hey, Black Phoenix, your question.
Yeah, it's I think I'm the furthest north out of all of us up here, so I kind of get it before you guys do. But if it's over 45, I'll ride because my commute's only 10 miles. So during the week, I'll just go in. The problem I have is I have no heated gear or anything, so I'll double up on pants, gloves, jackets, stuff like that, and it's good enough to get me to work. As far as pleasure riding where it's that cold, it's like I don't have a place I need to be, so I'll just stay home. Like it's not worth it for that unless there's some sort of event or something going on. But up here, like the events usually stop. Like there's usually nothing going on when it's that cold or anything like that. So
yeah,
not really missing out on anything either. And then I usually put it in storage around Thanksgiving. It's off-site, it's in another garage or whatever, so sight unseen at that point. It's not like we do get random days during December where it's like 60. It's stuck. It's not like I can go there, take it out of storage, come back. I'm like,
yeah, but in your neck of the woods, people usually start around this time of the year putting conversion kits with slides on them, right?
basically, yeah. Yeah, getting ready for the snow. It could come at any point, now in mid-November at this point. So and then I'll take it out probably closer to the end of February and then just ride. Like I said, as long as it's about 40, 45, it's good enough for me.
All right. My question, I won't take the Scout out when it's salty, I guess. That's what I bought the Chanda for, honestly. That's what I bought that bike last November, to ride out in the snow and when it gets shitty out. Temperature, there is no low. I have some heated gear, mostly windproof gear. If you have a little bit of heated gear and windproof gear, you should be good. Ice would probably be the only condition I wouldn't ride in, because I don't care what kind of knobbies you have. That's not going to matter what if you have ice. I mean, studded snow tires on a truck are shitty on ice. I'm not going to go out there in two wheels and do it.
CDL, it might just be me, but I think your screen's frozen. We can hear you, but you're frozen.
Yeah, I can hear him too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The screen's frozen for me too, but as long as we can hear you.
Yeah, I can see it. It's something with the live stream today. I don't know why. Because I'm moving on my screen, but I'm not on the thing. Oh well. Yeah.
You look like you're deep in your screen looks like you're deep in thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. It doesn't like something. Because it's got to be something with my internet. Let me see. Let's see if I can give you a crotch shot when I stand up.
Well, no, we're still good. You keep going, man.
Yeah.
We can still hear you just fine.
All right. Yeah. So that's about it. I won't ride if it's icy. I'm kind of hoping to get some deep snow rides in this year. Let's see what happens. If I get anything better here with the light on. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. Must be my connection's bad with the camera. I haven't used this laptop since the last live stream in the spring, so, but whatever. I guess if I don't have a picture, then you can just pretend I'm still here. All right, we'll go to the next question, I guess. This kind of feeds into the same thing. What gear do you use to keep on riding during colder months? Mr. McStaff. Can't hear you.
I don't think
Let me turn it on there. That might help. Hey, whatever. I have all the heated gear. I have glove liners, which I'm looking to switch to gloves this year. But I have glove liners. I have jacket liner. I have pants liner. My benefit, I have Iron Pony that is not far from me. My goodness, you talk about a mega store. If you imagine the biggest from our area Kmart type store or Walmart super center and make it all motorcycle equipment from, something from 2-year-olds on up. That's what Iron Pony is. So I can go there and I can get out of season stuff. I can get clothes discount stuff or clothes where they stop carrying that brand and get. So I have the benefit of getting all the heated gear. So I have all the heated gear. Like I said, the glove liners, I'm really looking towards getting some gloves opposed to liners this year. My gloves they're going on 3 years old now. So I'm looking for them to die any day now, should I say. But then when it does get, like I said, I do the funerals. So when it gets in the freezing range, we switch to 3 wheels. And I switch out of boots to muck boots, which makes a world of difference. Feet won't get wet and cold that way. That is really the key, is keeping the hands and the feet dry and warm. And shoot, you got it made there. So muck boots and heated liners for everything. That's what I use.
Okay. And Toby, your question.
You're muted, Toby.
Same response. As Jason said, it's. I do not have heated gear, but I do have layers. So if I layer up as needed. I've got lowers on my bike. I've got deflectors on the bike, and I've got hand grips, hand guards on the handlebars, and heated grips. So I've never had any, issues with that. It works just fine the way it is. If I really want to do it, if I want to spend the money versus like the battery operated heated gear versus a plug-in type heated gear, maybe, but I don't have any heated gear.
All right, Randy, your question.
I have the gear. I have a heated seat, heated grips, heated jacket liner, lowers, wear the layers as needed. I'm kind of hot natured, so it doesn't. I don't feel like it affects me too bad. I would like to get some heated glove liners. I know Matt McStash was talking about those, but I don't know. I feel like the liners are better because you can just choose whatever you want to wear. Like a different jacket that day or different gloves that day. I don't know if you had a bad experience with the liners there, McStash, but I was just curious because I was thinking about getting some soon.
The purpose of the reason I want gloves instead of liners is because if you put the liners on, your touch screen on your gloves does not work with the liners on.
Okay.
I use GPS a lot with where I'm going, and I want to be able to work my phone.
That makes sense.
That's why I'm looking in the gloves. Now I'm with you. I love the liners because you can put on whatever you want.
Right.
Usually something windproof and highly reflective when I'm on work.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm out of work, I don't necessarily like to look like a giant green billboard. So
Yeah.
I can change the stuff over there.
Right. I did buy waterproof boots, the Indy Ridge. Man, those have been a lifesaver. I wish I'd have bought those sooner. I think they help a little bit with the cold water, cold weather, a little bit. So
A lot or a little bit?
Huh? A lot with the water? Yes.
You said a lot. You said they help a little bit.
Or a lot.
For me, like other people have said, I don't have any heated gear yet. I I'm typically, like Randy said, hot natured, so it takes some pretty cold temperatures for me to start feeling it. But I just layer. I've got I can either wear just regular jeans and my Tourmaster armored overpants, or I can wear my climb riding jeans with the overpants with them. As far as the top goes, I just throw on a t-shirt, a long t-shirt, a hoodie, and then my 500-pound Harley leather jacket. I'll use a balaclava for underneath the helmet. The only thing that right now that I'm seriously considering is heated gloves. Simply, I mean, I love my Tai Chi Raptors. My gloves, they're awesome, but they're not good and cold. And I do have good news is those hippo hands I got last year or a year and a half ago. They actually will fit on the ST because the turn signals aren't right underneath they're on the fairing. So I could try those. But only thing right now I'm looking at is some heated gear. I mean, I might try some heated base layers, maybe just like the top, because I already have the overpants. But yeah, looking.
Derek, you should never be cold, man. You got the devil's bike.
Yeah, there's gonna be some limited edition stickers coming up for that. So everybody, keep an eye out for that. It's I'm gonna limit it to a very few number.
Would that be 444 by any chance?
Yeah, probably. And if you're a Vikings or a Bills fan, Kristen's upstairs watching that game, and it sounds like the Bills just did something good, like scored or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, score.
They can't be doing that great. They're playing against Jacksonville, right?
No, it's Buffalo and the Vikings.
All right, Black Phoenix, your question.
All right. Yeah, like pretty much everyone else, I have no heated gear, but I do have some waterproof boots that have worked pretty well in the cold. And I just basically use jeans, and I have some Hawk overpants I put over those that have worked very well too. Then a hoodie, Icon leather jacket. The one thing I'm really lacking is gloves, though. If I did any sort of heated thing first, it would definitely be gloves. And but the thing I've noticed between the Spider and the Rikers, there's a lot less fairing, a lot less body work. So I'm getting hit by a lot more wind in places that I've never been hit before. So that's kind of now getting me to the point where, like, all right, I need to buy some legit, like, winter cold riding gear because this is not working out.
Great. I have heated gloves. I also have like a regular pair of windproof, waterproof gloves. Those seem to work pretty good down into the upper 30s when I'm riding. The heated gloves will make your hands sweat, the ones I have, if you even go out when it's in the 20s on the highest setting. So I don't use them very often. They're pretty good gloves. I've got a couple heated vests. I bought a pair of pants that are like supposed to be a 4-season pant. They have a zip out liner. They're windproof, waterproof. I actually wore those when I ride long rides in the summer too because they're vented. I took the padding and stuff out of them. I just wear them like a regular pant. They do get hot though in the summer if you stop for very long. But like I said, regular motorcycle jacket and just a heated layer underneath it. That seems to work pretty good. But all right, next question. Still kind of feeding into
Actually, the CDL, if I can, as a corollary to those of you who have actual touring bikes, if you had to choose between the 12-volt setup or just go with like the battery pack type heated gear, which would you choose and why?
If you're asking me, I go with plug-in because of time. Some days I can have one funeral. Some days I can have 3 to 4 funerals. And, 6 hours ain't going to cover that if it's cold and I got it on high.
Right.
So I go with the plug-in because as long as the bike's running, I got heat. That's why I go with the plug-in. I like the new Kimi Motos that everybody and their brothers doing. But if I can't plug it into my bike, I don't want it because I am not riding home with no heat.
I would add if you choose a brand and you're starting to you start small and then you keep adding to it, you're kind of stuck with that brand. Not, whatever it might. What? No. What do you mean no?
Are you talking about battery or are you talking about plug-in?
Plug-in.
Yeah, because they usually have dongles that
I have. Well, I have First Gear gloves, and I have Olympia jacket liner, and I have another brand of pants. They all have. You got to watch them. Not all of them. Harley has a different plug, but most
of course they do.
Plug-in.
There's another brand out there. Is it Gerbing?
Yeah.
If you start with that, you're stuck with it. Unless you start all
over. Is it? Okay.
But Derek, as far as I'm concerned, me personally, I would say, like I said, I don't have heated gear. I layer up, but I would, and I'll say this from the money is no option or no factor. Right. If money wasn't a factor, I'd probably have a combination of both, because that way it depends on where I'm traveling to. It's like McStash says, if he knows he's going to be doing 3 to 4 to 5 a day, then he can gear up as necessary and prepare for that in the bag, in the saddlebag or whatever. But if he's only got 1 or 2 and the weather is going to be cold in the morning, hot in the afternoon, it's something you can throw, it's like I say, a combination, a variation of stuff, and you can just adapt it. That's really mostly what I do anyway with layering up. So personally, I don't think the touring bike is the factor so much so as
I didn't mean it from like a touring.
Said, you got the heated grips, you got the heated seats. Yes, those things help, but when you're riding around in sub-freezing temperatures, some of it doesn't matter. You're just you're delaying the inevitable by having the heated stuff on. So it's
right.
And you all know that. I'm just saying it's.
No, I meant it from a standpoint of, if memory serves me correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, that the touring bikes all come with a 12-volt adapter installed, correct?
No.
Oh, I thought they did.
Not necessarily.
Okay, all right. That's the reason why I brought that up, because any Harley you can add the 12. Oh, actually, any bike for that matter, you can add the 12-volt adapter. But
you got to think the ultra classy McStash's bike. It came around when God wrote the commandments, so there probably didn't have much of anything to it. So,
no, I have a dongle that will change my battery tender to the heated gear.
Oh, okay, cool.
But as far as having its own, no. Now my work bike has 2 dongles on it, one for heated gear, one for the battery charger. But they don't come with. You got to add all that.
Yep.
It usually comes with the heated gear. They'll have a little adapter in there, like when you buy your battery tender, and it has a little adapter in there to put on the heat. Now I don't know about the Gerber. I don't have anything Gerber. Sinister said he did. I did not know it even had a different plug. I knew the Harley had a different plug, but
there's some kind of adapter for the Gerbing, but it's
AB.
But they're all different, I think.
I guess
what is the heated road sofa?
Yeah,
because it's his bike, because he's got an awesome heated seat and heated grips and all that good stuff on it. I remember watching that. I remember that watching that install video, Randy, for the seat.
Yeah.
Oh, so the road sofa is a heated seat?
Yeah, it's Saddleman.
Okay.
I guess my only other concern about that, and I certainly agree with what you're saying, Jason. I mean, if you're going to be out and about for a long period of time, you definitely want to have something that's hooked up to the bike. I'm just worried about drawing too much power from the bike.
You're good.
Again, ultra. So
yeah. I wouldn't think that would be
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. I wouldn't think that would be an issue as long as you're not sitting there with the bike off all day long. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like plus you got your radio or something else.
Plus you've got.
I'm not plugged in if the bike's not on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like most of my gear is battery operated, so that's all I have. I mean, I don't really think I need to buy all the other plug-in shit. I'm not doing like Mr. Stash is doing, where he's always out there. It's more or less this time of year. Ride to work, ride back. That's all I need. You know, usually the batteries are good for about 2 days of riding to work and back and forth, and that's it. So I will say the only pain in the ass is once you put your stuff on, you have to have it on like the vest and stuff. Yeah, submarine.
You got to pee?
Apparently somebody's on a submarine. All right.
Is it a yellow one?
Yeah. But anyway, that kind of goes into our next question anyway. Heated grips versus heated gloves. We'll go through this one quick. Which do you prefer?
I prefer gloves. On my work bike, I have both the heated gloves and the grips. For me, the back of the hands is what gets cold and which really gets to me. The grips only warm the inside of your hands. And if you're like me and you're riding with your fingers out on the levers, the grips ain't doing too much. So for me, I'm a glove person all the way.
Okay. Toby, your question.
I have heated grips on my bike. I've always loved heated grips. After I got them, I was like, I'm never going back.
What the hell?
That was a submarine.
Who's eating chili?
Did somebody let an anonymous biker in here?
That was good stuff. I guess that's what a gas release sounds like on a submarine.
Yeah.
But I use heated grips, always had them. I do not have heated gloves, would mind them, but I've got those little Walmart insert hand warmers you can stick in the back, and I always put them in the back of my palms to keep the veins warm there. Usually when I do that, between the hand grips, especially after getting those hand guards on my bike, between the hand guards, the heated grips, and having those hand warmers inside the glove, there's been days where I pulled my gloves out, my hands out because they were so damn hot and sweaty. So,
okay. My audio still on? There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it just comes down to between McStash and what everybody's saying here, it depends on what you can afford to do. I mean, hell, we're all, becoming billionaire to millionaires being motovloggers. So, I mean, it's, you got to
cash money.
Right. You got to get what you can afford to do.
Yeah.
It's like the old saying goes in scuba diving. Start with if you want to make $1 million, start with $2 million. I do not have heated grips. I've never used heated grips. I'm definitely interested in them. That being said, I would I would prefer more overall coverage from heated gloves. Obviously, everyone's very well aware of my arthritic hands and wrists. So right now, I would say heated gloves. I certainly would like to double up. I would not mind that at all.
Okay. Black Phoenix, I guess. Your question?
I don't think I would mind either one. The RT Limited that I tested did have heated grips, and I just kind of turned them on just to test them, be like, hey, how hot do these things get? And they got pretty hot. I would imagine, in colder weather would be normal, but probably for me, I'd probably just do gloves. Unless the bike I got came with the heated grips, I don't think I would swap them out or do anything like that. I would just get gloves.
I like the heated gloves. Like I said, the gloves will heat the top of your hand more than the bottom of your hand, I guess. That's where the wind comes from, cold comes from. Not that I've had heated grips. The other thing with heated grips, too, I don't know if people can fuck with those while you're off your bike and turn them on. You know what I mean? Kill your battery. I don't know if they shut off when you shut the bike off.
They do.
Do they?
It depends. The ones from my work bike don't. They're straight wired to the battery. So
that's why there's no
most of your off the showroom touring bikes, it doesn't matter what brand it is. These days, you buy them off the showroom floor and it's wired to the bike. So when you shut it off, it shuts everything off.
Okay.
So I was going to say, again with Derek's bike, I'm surprised that son of a bitch didn't come with heated seat and heated everything. Especially with the El Diablo, the whole
with an air fryer.
I thought it'd come with free hot sauce from Taco Bell.
I'm not knocking the price or anything. I'm just talking about El Diablo. I'm fine going off of the hell name.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I still stand by the fact that the bike is overpriced from a standpoint of all Harleys are overpriced, or all major manufacturers are overpriced. That being said, I did the math. You add in the sound system.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me one bit.
No, I know. It's the
El Diablo thing.
I'm justifying it to myself.
Yeah. It's just there's all sorts of to hell and back. That's going to be your next clothing purchase, right? The investment is you got an El Diablo and now you're wearing hell and back shirts.
That El Diablo ought to have a heated seat that doesn't shut off.
All right. So the next question is, this one's a little different. We talked about this one in the chat about a week or so ago. If you realize you are no longer able to physically handle riding a motorcycle, what would you do? Smaller bike, a trike, sidecar, or quit riding altogether? All right,
well, my wife won't let me get a sidecar. I found a sidecar on Craigslist the other day that had an air conditioner unit with it and the whole 9 yards. She won't let me get a sidecar. I have been on them all. A sidecar is a whole different ball game to whereas you can turn right really well, but if you turn left, you can lift and cause all kinds of problems that way. So you're no longer motorcycle riding, you're more working. Trikes, I ride them when the weather drops. I ride them all the time. Remember, when you're on a motorcycle, 80% of your traction is coming from that front tire, other than Black Phoenix down there. I don't know the numbers on that, but 80% of that traction is on your front tire. So when you're on a trike, you can get around that corner, but if that front tire goes, you're going. So they're still fun, but they are work. You're pushing and pulling as opposed to, enjoying the ride. Smaller bikes, Jiminy Christmas, you can act like an idiot. I mean, I'd do a smaller bike in a heartbeat. My wife would let me. We went out to the Tail of the Dragon. They had Kawasaki demo days, and the wife told me I had to leave. But no, Tri-Glides are awesome. Yes, AU or Anonymous, you are right. Tri-Glides are awesome. Riding around the corners, the ride itself is way above the old conversion, because the one the wife has is a conversion. The one I use for work is a Tri-Glide. The Tri-Glide, Harley did something right there. Somebody done their research. It is awesome. So yes, I would switch in a heartbeat. I would go to a BPE or whatever. I'd go to the like Black Phoenix has down there. I heard those things are a blast. Have not been on one yet, but I heard those things are a blast. I watched him dance that back tire around the back of the Dragon. It looked like a lot of fun to me. But I would switch in a heartbeat just to stay on the two wheels with the wind in my face is the trick.
Right.
Okay, Toby, your question.
Yeah, same here. I think with as McStash, smaller bike, I don't know, but more likely a trike of some kind. Hell, I'd even, if it really came down to it, I'd even consider like doing a conversion kit on my bike. Because I like the bike I've got. I'd rather just add a couple, an extra wheel to it or something, or figure out some way to do some kind of conversion kit for it, rather than buy a whole other damn bike. So, yeah, I ain't giving up riding, no. Period.
Yeah. All right, Sinister, your question.
I think Toby hit the nail on the head there. I actually thought about a conversion kit for the bike that I have. I mean, it would probably be cheaper than going out and buying a brand new Tri-Glide. And then you still keep what you got, what you know, and you still have a lot of memories to make on that bike. So, but I'm not against a three-wheel bike, even getting a Spider.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to say at this point in my life. Who knows what I'll do or what'll be available to us.
Or if I'll be around by that time.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll have a longer life, but who knows? But yeah, I like the idea of a conversion. I've seen some YouTubers do that before. It looks pretty cool. And I've actually seen when I was out in Sturgis for the first time, I saw someone did a conversion where instead of having the two wheels on the back, it was on the front. It was like an ergonomic. That was cool looking. It was on a soft tail. I was like, man, that's pretty neat. I don't know how old that guy was. He looked like he was about 80 something, but it looked pretty cool. But
There's
yeah,
our
Word from our sponsor.
but yeah, absolutely keep riding as long as I can.
All right. For me, yeah, I definitely will do whatever it takes to stay riding as long as I can. People have mentioned conversion kits. That's certainly a possibility. The one Randy was talking about, I'm familiar with it because I was actually looking into it after my accident. What it is it has the two front wheels, and it where it'll self level. You can either get it with just the two wheels like the Nikon has, or you can get it where it self levels and all that. So that being said, I mean, I don't care. I got no shame. I got nobody to impress. I test rode a Riker 900 a year and a half ago. I was very impressed. It took a little getting used to, instead of being able to counter steer and all that and just lean, but bike had some serious balls for what it was. I was thoroughly impressed. So my biggest thing, and Jason and I have talked about it, is if it ever comes to a point where with my wrists and all that, the biggest problem with a trike is it's not power steering, and you've got to really wrangle with that. So I think I probably would be better off. I mean, if I had to, in that particular case, if I couldn't go to three wheels, or they didn't come out with a bike that had like power steering or assist or something like that, I probably would be better off going to a smaller, lighter bike. But I'm going to do whatever I can to stay riding. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Rikers don't have any sort of power steering or power assist. The Spiders do.
Oh,
so you try, so like the F3s and the RTs will have a power assist with it.
Good to know. All right, thank you.
Yeah, the Rikers are very bare bones. They weigh like maybe 600 pounds, and like you said, you drop that 900cc motor and the thing flies.
Yeah, it did.
and even for me, it took a while to get used to, because there's no shifting to CVT, and you look down and you're going 80. You're like, how the hell am I going 80? Because you don't hear the shift. The motor just goes. It's a whole new game. But I definitely tell people, there's so many different things out there now: conversion kits, spiders, trikes, the tri-glides, all that stuff. Sit on them all. Like really, just sit on them all, see which one you're more comfortable with and which one works for you. And it's definitely and who knows? I think the Spider patent is actually running out in a few years, so other companies will somewhat be able to clone what they're doing. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens after that.
As a fun fact to that, people were all talking about conversion kits. I actually got an email from Harley, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so. It was a survey, and they actually asked, would I consider, if Harley produced a conversion kit like from Harley, would I consider buying one? So, of course, I said yes. If it comes to that, but so they're thinking about it too.
Right. Yeah. If anyone's going to do it, Harley would probably be the first, actual dealer to do it.
There's also that American Bike and Trike out in Arizona that Dan from Gears and Gadgets did a video with. They actually make quads, and those are pretty fun. Or at least they look pretty fun. I haven't ridden one, but
get you one of those trikes like Ice Bike Biker Man has. Get one of them things. Mm-hmm. Those things are nuts. He does some serious shit with those. I've seen stuff like that around here, but it's like they take like the back half of like a Pontiac Fiero or something, and then they just put like a chopper front end on it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The VWs, and I mean that's. I pretty much the route I would probably go is trike. I've always thought about a Can-Am. Riker was too small and uncomfortable for me when I sat on it. I didn't get a chance to actually ride any of them. My dealership where I got my Indian from has some at their other dealership. I know the Harley in Jamestown carries Can-Am products, but they don't carry any of the Rikers or anything like that for some reason. They just carry like the side-by-sides, which is weird, but let's say the full touring Spider, I sat on one of those and it was just like sitting on a regular chair in your house. I mean, that's as big as those are, and all the storage.
They're so comfortable. You get into the limiteds, and then like the top of the models, like the Sea to Sky, like you don't. I mean, you're still in the open, you know, still
Yeah.
riding, but it's like a Cadillac. You got all your stuff right there. Everything's heated.
Yep.
Radio, Bluetooth, all this fun stuff.
I figure those people that go towards the Indian side of the house, or maybe even a Can-Am, eventually will, when they get too old, they'll end up going to like a slingshot or something.
Nah, no slingshots.
No slingshots.
No.
Slingshots?
No.
We don't need no stinking slingshots.
I don't know. I still can't. I'll go
No, I can't see
Vanderhall.
those.
I'll go Vanderhall before I go slingshot.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of friends with slingshots. You don't realize how big those cars are.
Yeah.
Like you see
you do.
pictures of them and stuff like that, and then you walk up to them, you're like, this thing's wide
And
and
they-
it's big.
They sit so low to the ground too,
It's
because
very
when we
low.
went and looked at Indian motorcycles, like right after last summer, I got in one. I almost needed a step ladder to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if a slingshot were ever to come into the game, or would you call it the other brand? Somebody said it.
Vanderhall.
Vanderhall.
Yeah,
Vanderhall.
Vanderhall.
There's another one too.
I
but I
would
don't
just-
think they did
yeah.
very well.
But I would just have to like withdraw from the motorcycle community, you know, revoke man card and all that kind of stuff, and then just
Yeah.
If you're in a slingshot, you are.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they're fun. I'm sure they're fun. I've never ridden one, but I just can't see paying that kind of price. Never mind. Let me not go there because I already own a bike that's that price.
Right?
Well, that's the thing. You look at the money too, and it's like, well, what else can I get for that kind of money?
Yeah. Well, I mean, who was it? Bikes, Beards, and Ben. He did a satire thing on that several months ago, or whatever, a year ago, whatever. And it makes sense to it. You know, if you're going to pay that kind of money for that thing, you're depriving yourself of an additional window, an additional wheel, and all the amenities that go with the Camaro. You know, so
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing. You're getting 2 bucket seats, a steering wheel. You no longer have handlebars. I don't care if it's got 3 wheels. It's not even that. It's like it's got a wing on the back. You can buy a roof for it. Why don't you just buy a golf cart? You know, you can get a lot of golf carts for that price.
You can get
It's just-
multiple golf carts for that price.
But that's the thing though. Like the last year we had Roar in the Shore here. They do a Mayor's Cup ride. And basically everybody rides down into Roar. They do a loop and then you go park. I watched this guy try to do a fucking K-turn in the middle of all these bikers
Yeah. No
with
way.
a slingshot,
No
and
way.
they're all just sitting there shaking their head like he's trying to park in between all these other bikes with that. There's
Go
enough
park
room
like a
for
car.
yeah, that's what he was trying to do. And it just everybody said, you know, that was my experience seeing one of those for a first time, and it's just there was some guy with a roof on it driving through town one day. And I'm like, why? Just go buy a Miata. At that point, buy a Miata.
Right.
That's
You
what my
don't need to
dentist.
wear-
That's what my dentist told me when I told him I was getting into motorcycles.
You know, that's whatever. I'm sure they're fun to probably ride around it. I'd never own one. I don't care.
So hey, real quick, Chris, I'll put this out there. Adventures with Farmer Troy asked this question, but I'll hit it for everybody. So
There you go, yeah.
CDL NEPA, for those that don't know, starting this new season, first episode, whatever. CDL rides an Indian Chief or an Indian Scout, I believe it is, with a couple other bikes. McStash also has an Ultra Classy, but he's got a couple other bikes as well. I ride a 16 Road Glide CD Ultra. I also have an 11 Road Glide CD Ultra. Randy rides a Road Glide Special, right?
Street glide.
Street Glide Special. That's right. I forgot you betrayed us. And then Throttle and Derek Throttle Fiend rides the new Lowrider STL Diablo, and then Black Phoenix Entertainment rides a Can-Am, correct? Riker. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah,
it's.
That's all right.
I'll be racially
He just
profiling and say
switched,
they all
so
look
it's
the
hard to
same.
know what he's on now. So.
Call me a racial
Yeah.
profiler, but they all look the same.
Yeah.
No,
Farmer
big difference. Big difference.
No, I know, I'm kidding.
I know.
Yeah, Farmer Troy's from my area. We've ridden together once. So,
Well, next spring, let's fix that. CDL.
Yeah. he, I think he's got 3. He can correct me if I'm wrong. He's got 3 Royal Enfields.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's got 3 different Royal Enfields.
Almost brand of the world.
Yeah,
I hear
Nice.
a lot of good things about the new Himalayan.
yeah. But yeah, if you get a chance to check out his channel, he's got some pretty good stuff. He's actually worked in a couple TV shows. He's done some acting and behind the scenes extras and stuff. So he's got a pretty good channel, though. I think people should check him out.
I think
He's got Bullet 500 and Himalayan. I thought you had 3 at one point, but yeah. But let me see.
Really quick, 2 things I want to mention. One, you brought up K-turns. I don't know how it is in other states, but our youngest is working on his driver's license. New York doesn't require K-turns on the driver test anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, especially in New York, you'd think that. And second thing, as far as trikes go, Chris and I had some time to kill the other day, so we popped into one of the local HD dealers, not my home dealership, but they actually had that enthusiast collection one tri-glide with the military paint on it. $40,000, but man, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to talk the wife into. We're talking about getting rid of her 2003 conversion trike. I'm trying to talk her into one of those Army Green.
It's a beautiful bike. Both Kristen and I were both in agreement. If I hadn't just picked up the El Diablo, we probably it would have been a fun discussion.
Yeah.
Veteran Biker has that bike. I think he traded his in for that.
Yeah.
He did.
I saw the first year. I think it was the first year Challenger came out, maybe second year when I was out in Sturgis. Somebody had a Challenger trike, and I'm like, I could see me doing wheelies on that damn thing. Jesus. I have to put some wheelie bars on the back of it, and say, yeah, why aren't you riding bike anymore? Well, I got a trike and I flipped it over.
Yeah.
That was right after I got my speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Speaking of speeding tickets, let everybody know that Ohio speeding ticket I got, 90 and a 65, I was able to plead it down to a failure to obey a traffic device. So I got lucky. Really lucky.
Yeah. You got to say allegedly speeding.
Right. Allegedly, yes.
All right. We do have one more question. This is one I came up with at the last minute this morning. I'm sure this doesn't affect everybody because not every state does it anymore. Does daylight savings time change or affect your riding season?
No. No. I ride it sun up, sun down. It doesn't matter, right?
Hey, we'll go through this one quick then.
I don't know. I don't see how. I guess maybe I don't understand the question. I don't.
Well, I guess there's some people that don't like the ride after dark. It gets colder quicker.
That's what I was going to mention was the light.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
this
more of a
time of
mental
year, yes,
mood
when the
thing.
sun
Yeah.
goes down,
That's more of a
you
mental
will
mood
freeze
thing. It's
quickly.
like,
So
okay,
yeah. Okay. In that sense of the word, yes. This time of year, I try to avoid being out when the sun goes down because even with the limited, the trike, or the ultra, it's hard to carry that much equipment where you can layer up that well. So yeah, that plus animal activity.
Yep. That's big.
It's not smart.
That's a big one. And Technical Raz just said that, in the comments there, because it changes their feeding time is right during commute time now. So I've already seen it. When you said that, Jason, it just made me think on the way we were riding up in Louisville Thursday, and on the way back on the way up and back, I saw more roadkill than I have in
rut.
Yeah, and I'm like, son of a bitch, man.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of dead deer. I mean, this time of year, every 5 miles there's a carcass in the road, not just deer. Raccoon, skunk, whatever. I mean, you don't think of it as a big deal hitting it smells. You hit a small animal on your car, it smells, but on a bike, that shit can take you out real quick.
We're talking like this, and AB is down there in the chat saying, oh, these are points I can use.
Yeah.
50 points for a deer, 20 points for a raccoon.
Yeah. Do you bring bungee cords to strap the carcass on the back of your bike so you can take it home and make dinner?
Pea flavored deer meat. That's awesome.
Yeah. I put that shit on everything.
Yeah.
You put pea on everything?
Hey man, venison now. That's some good shit. I just
Mark
don't want to get it that
likes
way.
But yeah, that's all my questions. I guess if we got any rides, charities, whatever.
Did everybody answer?
Sponsors.
Or we just all answered at once?
Look at he's
I don't know.
he's cutting us bottom three down at the knees.
He's like, I gotta take a shit. I gotta go.
Gotta go see a man about a horse.
There's number 2 coming on. You guys are done.
Is that horse or horse?
Yeah.
See, he tells us there's something wrong with his Scout Shed camera. What the truth is he's on the can right now the whole time and just keeping it blacked out so we can't see.
Truth is, Marge is in the Scout Shed.
We thought that rumble was we thought that earlier bass drop was the submarine thing, but in truth, it's really him muting between the squeezes.
Yeah. Look out.
I guess I didn't.
And if we have anybody that's new here viewing today, this is actually probably one of the most tame ones we've had. So come back for more.
We actually got through all 5 questions in about an hour straight too, which is crazy. We're not
done yet. We're not done yet.
Yeah, y'all wait till next month. Next month, Chris will leave the camera on when he goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll put the waterproof GoPro in the toilet. We'll just see how waterproof that toilet is or that camera is.
Goes from a submarine to shooting missiles.
Yeah.
So Randy, what about you? Does the daylight savings time change anything for you at all?
Yeah, get off work and it's dark.
I'm sorry, I read AB's comment.
I'm in the country, it's there's deer everywhere. I see them all the time. Hell, there's cows that get over into my backyard. I mean, sometimes I wake up and there's sheep out there, like where'd these fuckers come from? Sorry.
Wait, did you change subject or are you still talking about Chris in the bathroom?
No, but yeah, I don't mind riding in the dark. I mean, I do it all the time on vacation or whatever, but I don't know. I like to see the scenery and stuff, and I think that's the big thing for me. So it's mainly going to be the weekends for a little bit. He doesn't know where the sheep come from. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Somebody's heard them somewhere.
Thanks for stopping in, Troy, and also shout out to my best friend since high school, Jason Sutliff. Thanks for being here, brother. As far as me, I found out last time I went to the doctor that I'm developing cataracts, so that may affect. My biggest thing is just the leaving for work in the dark and coming home in the dark. That sucks. And obviously, living in a city, a small city, but we don't have as much wildlife and all that to worry about. But we do occasionally see deer and stuff like that. So, obviously that's a concern. And on to you, whichever way.
This one. Yeah, it's the same for me though. In the city, like animals, I really don't have to worry about unless I travel outside the city. And with my work hours, it's dark when I'm going from work. But I also don't mind riding at night. The Spider was all lit up anyways. So now with the Riker over the winter, I'm going to put the lights on it and all of that. And I have noticed a difference with LED lights. I don't know if anyone else is running LED lights, but I'm not nearly getting the attention on the black Riker that I was on the Spider going down the road at night. So I was talking to the wife. I'm like, I got to put lights on this thing. Like I got to, be one.
Visibility's the key, man.
Yep.
You talking about the sissy lights, or you talking about like your headlight LED?
Well, just like an like an underglow light kit.
Visibility is key. However you can do it.
Yeah. I work at a college in a small city, and deer walk right across campus every night. Yep. So they're out there. I've caught them on camera with my dash cam in the truck before driving across. And that's really my only concern. I've been riding after dark for years. I worked till 2:00 in the morning, and I used to ride still. So the only thing I was out was truck drivers and animals. Whatever was left of the animals. Yeah. All right. Now I think we're done with
Sorry,
that last question.
I keep shaking my head because they're watching Hamilton out there, and it's.
Huh.
I don't know if you all seen that, but it's a pretty kick-ass musical all the way through.
Oh yeah, Chris and I went and saw
If
it.
you
live
haven't watched
when it was
that
there.
show, that's badass. But anyway, I've never seen
Yeah.
history told in rap form. So,
Yep.
But so McStash, give a quick. I'd say not to take over Chris's thing, but quick plugs on next summer. You know. I know Gordy announced VAM was going to be. I won't be there, but Gordy announced VAM is going to be the same weekend in July as it was this year. Okay. So I will be up at the HD rally. I've already had reservations for months with the hotel there, so I'm not changing that. That's in conjunction with the Route 66 ride we're doing. So but you got the Winding Nine meetup, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Winding Nine ride is in June. We are still working details on that. It will be similar to what was done with VAM last year with a pre-register if you want to pre-register. But what we are working on is a catered meal. We're working on a main hotel, have a main hotel where everybody can get there. The problem is going to be the price. We're trying to get the price down to where it's not going to be, too hard. We're going to have a main campsite for the people who want to camp. We are looking for a main dinner on Saturday night, which will be catered. You'll have, a couple choices and it will be there done. It won't be no order and wait. If we do a meal, it will be a done deal where everybody will come in, sit down, get your meal and eat. Probably auctions, pretty much like the same. Of course, I don't know how many know we had a lot to do with the VAM last year, but it would be the same, pretty much the same thing where, you set up a couple
Damn
auctions.
submarine again.
Have a
Can't hear you, Toby.
They make like mild pectate or some shit for that, Chris. Come on, man. Get it out.
Anything left over goes, to vets or something like that. But that's what we're looking at. Shirts, patches, dinners.
Yeah.
I just saw that one anonymous.
Fire rectum torpedoes.
We'll start seeing like our Chris's background will start flashing red. We're reaching for the double key.
Well, Randy did type in there search for Red October, hunt for Red October earlier.
Brown October. Experiencing a brownout here at the scout shed today. If anybody ever said I didn't give a shit, they're lying.
This isn't related to the specific questions. So
this isn't related to this shit, but go ahead.
This actually, my understanding is this question would be for you, Toby. It's regarding GoPro. Do you want to do it on the stream or you want to do it in the green room?
I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you have the GoPro thing where you pay and you can like upload your footage to the cloud and all that. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. It's as of right now, there are no video size limits you can pay the cloud services and stuff with Google or whomever else, Microsoft and all that kind of stuff, the OneDrives, and you have to pay for limitations of 2 terabytes or 3 terabytes or whatever. Mm-hmm. As of right now, GoPro doesn't have that. So it's upload and upload and upload and upload. So
okay, I was thinking about that last night as I was. Kristen starts her.
AB, not like AB. He's not talking about the cameras themselves. He's just talking about the cloud service. So right. I agree with you on that. They're always freezing up. That's why I have a Hero 4, and I've got a Hero HD original, but I sold my GoPro 8. So.
This thing I think I've only ever had my 8 freeze up once, and it was excuse me, it was extremely hot that day. But no, the reason why I ask is I was pulling my card out, the SD card out of the camera last night, and because of my lack of dexterity, I actually had to go and get a pair of tweezers to get the card out of the camera. So I'm like, well, shit, if I could just upload it to the cloud, I don't even have to fuck with all that.
So you think these are just for my me time? No, these are for pulling SD cards out.
Kristen can get it out, no problem. She's got nails.
That's what she said.
Lawson looks 10 pounds lighter.
But no, actually, that's one thing I'm also going to try to do here shortly is I'm going to see what it does. I'm going to put GoPro to the test. Don't say, "Oh, this is live." I'll wait. No, I was going to say I'm going to try
it in the green room if you want.
I'm going to try and upload 360 to it and see what it does.
Definitely, yeah. Keep us informed.
I'll see what it does. See if it takes it.
We're all interested.
I don't even know where we're at.
You're going to upload Insta, Toby? You're going to upload Insta to it?
I'm going to try to just to see what it does.
See, if you want a GoPro 360, I got one I'll give you.
You have a GoPro 360?
Yeah.
My only concern, I mean, go ahead and try it, Toby, but my only concern is it may not be able to upload. The GoPro cloud may not take the 360 footage as it is, but if you you edit it and flatten it out on your phone, then it might take it, no problem. But either way, I'm very interested to know.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm trying to see what Des is that. Okay, she did the whole face palm. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just. I think I actually have camera now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it waits like an hour later.
Don't look.
I hope you feel better.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me shut it off. I'm not done.
Yeah.
Word from our sponsor. Ding, ding.
Is that one of those Dixon shirts? That's probably the problem. You got that.
Yeah.
You need one of those McStash shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate when I show up with my Dixon hanging out.
I hate that too, especially when it gets brown from the shit you talk,
Yeah.
It gets dirty down below.
That collar will choke you.
Yeah. They make these shirts extra long in case you shit yourself. You can cover your stains.
Yeah.
I thought that's what the little thing in the corner was on the tail there, so you could wipe.
Yeah, you got your ass wipes.
It's got its own wipe tag.
Big tweezers.
So they look bigger here.
See, now we need this guy to be a regular on here and have some input because let's say I've ridden with a Black Phoenix. What do we say?
Honestly,
like three, four.
Honestly, that looked like you're pointing down at your own self. So
Yeah. Me?
Yeah, I need this guy to be a regular too.
Yeah,
but
you got to be regular down here.
Hey, Jason.
That's not good.
I will spit out my.
Don't spit, swallow.
Hey, BP, don't pay him no
That's
mind.
what
You can coordinate that with Chris.
That's what he said.
He says, "We need you more down here, BP." That's for your OnlyFans channel.
Yeah. Which I'm previewing right now. We'll go. That's the post show. We do the post show over on OnlyFans. But,
Yeah,
okay.
AB's the moderator in there.
Okay, so Toby, just to let you know, Ray just posted in the chat. It won't work when you put the card in the 360. It'll format the card.
Oh, so what I'm talking about is.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay, right.
No, I'm just for everybody's understanding what I'm talking about, and Derek knows this, but I have the card readers, and just like you would, like pulled out of the out of the camera, put the SD card in, and put it in the laptop, and I'll upload it directly like it's just a flash drive or something. So I just want to see if it will.
Yeah. I had to respond to him.
I did notice that, Ray's Moto Life. I did notice that when I had the there was a point when I put the SD card into the 360. Unlike GoPro, the 360 immediately, not every time, just this one time, and I don't know what I did to trigger it, but it formatted automatically. It said formatting card like immediately, so it could.
Wow.
I was impressed with that. I was like, oh, cool, that's cool. So.
Somebody had posted something the other day about, I think they were a new moto vlogger. It was on the support Facebook page. One of the cheaper cameras on, they sell them on Amazon. I don't know if you have one, McStash, or not. I know you have a couple different brands.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anybody else uses other than Insta and
Yeah, I
GoPro
do.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, my other cameras are the Chinese GoPro knockoffs. They're called newer
Yeah.
G2s,
Okay.
which will still do 4K and all that stuff, and still use all the GoPro accessories. The only thing they don't do is sound. There's no way, like it just has the internal mic on it, and it's junk.
Okay.
So that's why I just use it as a secondary camera, or just to get B-roll and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I went in there knowing that I'm like, this is all I'm going to use it for.
Yeah.
So, and
That's a good call then.
Yeah, $60
Yeah.
with accessories. I'm like, I can't beat that price. I got to go for it, and it does 4K.
Yeah.
And I want it.
Yeah.
So.
How are
Well,
the battery life on those?
About the same as a GoPro. I'll get about
Okay.
well, depending on the resolution, like that. So if I'm doing longer ones, I'll just set it to 1080 and just
Okay.
whatever. I'll get
You
a
see
couple
this?
hours out of it.
Yep.
Y'all know how the GoPro works, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch. I'm going to press the power button. Watch. That faster.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes GoPro forever to
Yeah.
set that thing up and prepare itself. And
Yep.
Yeah.
so I was very impressed when I first saw that. Thank you for the referral, Jason.
Yeah. I not real happy.
Very
I've had no issues really with GoPro, but I have smelled smoke the last couple of days and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. One of my brand new GoPro 360 batteries overheated in the GoPro charger.
Oh man.
AB's comment.
Yeah. One of my GoPro 360 batteries overheated in the actual GoPro charger. I
Yeah.
couldn't pull it out of the charger. I could smell something smoke, like that burning wire smell. I had to use a pair of pliers to pull it out of there. So I'm going to see. I have the membership or whatever subscription for GoPro. They had that deal last year. If you bought one of the cameras, you got like.
Yeah,
So
if you do. I mean, that's what I love. That's one thing I do like about GoPro is going on there. And I've thought about. I am waiting. I've got my eye on them to see what they do to compete with the X3. This X3.
Yeah.
They haven't come out with a new 360 camera in a couple of years now. So I would think sometime next year they will. Yeah, CJ. I want to see if they do anything to improve upon that their 360. And if they do, their website, as long as you have the subscription thing, they give pretty damn decent discounts on their stuff. So I mean, I don't mind that. But also, you seeing pigs, now I have a question. Maybe you all have this because I think everybody, in order to have a YouTube channel, you have to have a Gmail account or a Google account.
Yeah.
Now for years there, I did upload all my photographs and everything, videos and whatever, to Google because it was unlimited. And I don't know how long ago, but it seemed like it hit me with you're approaching your limit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think they changed that recently within the last year or so, right? Because I mean,
it's changed.
I was gonna say, because I used to do that all the time, and I saw that, and I'm like, some bitch. I used to enjoy having the no limit piece. So,
I think it's 15 gigs now, 15 gigabyte. Because I get it all the time because I upload all my video to my phone, and then they automatically load it there.
Go back through and delete shit.
That's what I've got a hard drive anyway, so I can take everything off my phone and put it on a hard drive. But it kind of screws everything up at first because then you'll get, oh, you won't be able to send or receive emails soon. I'm like, all right, so hurry up, take everything off. All right, who's doing that?
Did you
Who shit himself? I'm not shitting myself this time. Somebody else is shitting themselves.
It's like, did you not finish up in the bathroom earlier?
I haven't even had chili yet.
I'll tell you what, though. He said they won't even support GoPro 7s anymore. It's funny because I use, and I've done some video on this already. I just got to publish it, but I got to edit and publish it. But I have a GoPro here. I got the GoPro here I got the idea from Sunny Badger and from Jason from McStash using the Bluetooth backpack on that thing. And I got to say, that is probably the best consistent audio source I have found across any camera usage or task cam or anything. plug the backpack on that thing, and there's often times where I have to listen for a second because I'm like, crap, is the audio working? And then it hears the audio, and I'm like, oh crap, the silence is that good. It does such a very good job with that. So to me, I don't know about y'all, but that's something I think that GoPro is missing out on badly. They should have stayed with is keeping. I don't know if it's a Santa backpack or incorporating into their camera. I don't know, but that was a huge loss and a stupid thing they did by getting rid of that.
Yeah, because all they have to do is add more server space. I mean, it's more hard drives. I mean, it's not like,
I just mean, like the GoPro Hero 4 is definitely thinner and smaller in size than the 8 or 11 or 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know they'd have to add more onto it or whatever inside the camera, but I don't know. I think a lot of consumers would be fine with them continuing to do add-ons if they just stepped away from being so orthodox with that style, with their camera style. They're so fixated on, it's all like Harley. They're so fixated on, you see it, the Type-C plug's got to be here. The battery's got to be like this, all this stuff. And I mean, that Hero 4, dude, it kicks ass. Battery's pretty damn good. It kicks ass. Volume works great. I mean,
that's what Shade Tree Surge has been using from day one.
Yeah.
I mean, his current one starts wonking out on him. He just goes on eBay and buys another couple.
Yeah. I mean, the stabilization ain't great, but, it works. It works great. If you can find a good fixed point for it on a handlebar or something, that's solid. So I just think that's something that GoPro is severely missing out on with sticking with. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Yeah. Well, that's what I don't understand. You have Bluetooth built into the GoPro, so you can upload everything to your phone. Why can't they use that for a microphone? I don't care if GoPro sells a separate microphone, make money off that, but why did media mods and all this other shit they've been doing for years?
That's where it is they want that $50 for the mic brick, the 3.5 millimeter mic brick, or they want you to buy the media mod like I did.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness, I mean, I agree with everybody else who said, the things about GoPro. We've all had our issues, but 99% of the problems I've had with GoPro have been operator error. I wasn't 10% smarter than the equipment I was trying to operate. So, but there have been a couple times, like when we VAM 21, it rained really hard, and when we went on that ride down to that museum down there, I tried using the GoPro and it just wouldn't turn on. And then there was that one time where it shut off, it froze up on me because it was like really, really hot that day. But other than that, it's all been either a setting was off or I forgot to plug the mic into the back of the media mod or something like that. But I mean, if AB's saying that they've stopped supporting the 7, that means the 8 can't be too far behind.
Yeah.
And which kind of sucks because I mean, I'm of the mind, even though I'm a tech geek, at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what going to what Desiree said there about the 50C. And HDR mentioned he was trying to sell or whatever off his 50C, his Sena 50C or whatever it was. And I think some other people use them as well. And this is everybody's own style preferences, right? I am not a side helmet camera person. It's just me. I
Same.
I don't meet, and it's not what viewers don't mind or do mind. When I'm editing my own stuff, I don't like having that helmet on the side. That's just me. So I prefer the first person view, and that's the only reason. If Sena ever came up with a front mounted type thing or something or other, but like I said, that's my sole preference on it. I don't like having that side view camera thing. Yeah, but
I agree.
Yeah, that's HDR.
That's one of the advantages, though, because they were able to have like the dual moto vlogs and stuff. If you were riding with somebody, I had that set. I put that one setup together a year or two ago with my GoPro 7. I've never used it. I ended up taking all the wires and shit back out of my helmet, but I could have done the dual moto vlog setup. It was a little bit more work. The only issue with that setup is you had my sound on one side and you would have the other sound. It wouldn't be like straight conversation. It'd be like two different sides.
Yeah, and of course, and HDR makes a good. He makes a good point in your comment there, talking about 50C still offers an additional audio source, which we all know that's not a bad thing to have. So that's a good point too.
Yeah, because actually, Kristen and I have been looking at different things for when she starts writing next spring/summer.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to buy 250Cs and not use the cameras on them. I mean, unless she wanted to do the side helmet thing. But what's this XX?
You're getting spammed.
Where you at? Spammer.
They're early. We're not ready for that yet.
Yeah, it's already deleted. I didn't even have to do it. Oh, you did it, Toby. All right.
Yeah.
I was saying that's the first one I think I've ever seen on any of our live streams.
Usually they come in afterwards. All right, cool. We're not really a porn site, so don't bring the porn to the. Only anonymous bikers allowed to give us porn.
Marge is here.
Yeah. Cool.
One of the reasons I'm sticking with the Sena for now is just because of the audio. It's got integrated audio. It's got its own mic. It's all cabled all together. I don't have to mess with adapters or anything like that. And that's big for me because I don't have time to go out and redo another blog if audio doesn't work. So, but I have been looking. I have been looking at what else is out there that has an integrated mic that comes with it, and there's really not much.
And we talk about like the headsets and stuff too, and not just for the 10C or whatever. I see this question all the time with people like, oh, what should I get, Cardo or should I get that? Cardo or Sena. And to my opinion on it is whoever you ride with, what they have, get that.
Right.
I mean, like Cardo and Sena are fairly equal. If I have a Cardo and you have a Sena, it's hard to. You can connect them, but it's just harder to do.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
Just get what your buddies have. If your buddies have Sena, get it.
That's a good point, Winroad.
But the other thing I was looking at too with my Icon helmet too, the visor goes all the way down.
Right.
They do make a bracket for it, but at the same time, where it's a bunch of rewiring and you put it up and the wires are there, I'm like, not right. Maybe I've been thinking about a new helmet too. So, what if I?
Well, I mean, you work with what you have. I mean,
right,
obviously, and I mean, I like that full face shield. It looks nice. But like you said, I mean, you don't want to have a camera on there and having the camera come up every time you lift it. So, I mean, a side mount makes sense. I mean, unless I was in the market for a new helmet, I wouldn't be like, I'm just going to buy a new helmet just because I want to have a front.
Yeah.
I mean, like Toby said, I mean, we pour a lot of money into this, and most of it's just for the love of doing it and helping out the community and giving back. So, I mean, I don't want anybody to ever feel, just because I say that I like the front facing mount, that I don't want anybody to feel that they need to conform to that or anything like that. I mean, however you got to do it to get your message across, I'm all for it.
But I was looking at too. If I'm getting a new helmet, it might be a good time to get a new setup and all of that. So I'm piecing everything together. And then, of course, the costs start coming up. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is not ideal anymore.
Yeah.
Nice, Randy.
It's tired.
Speaking from experience.
Well, that's what when Road Therapy says the Cardo doesn't have the camera. That's the only thing they haven't done yet.
Right.
That's what I had for my dual setup last year, though, because I use a Cardo and I hooked it to my GoPro. So I had the Cardo and the GoPro working together, but it was a matter of finding the right Y cables.
Yeah,
it was a little bit more work, and like I said, I don't use it. I more or less did it for that one video, and I took the shit out of my helmet. I don't ride with anybody most of the time.
Yeah.
My Cardo gets used mostly for music.
Toby, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why didn't you
I think I'm gonna have to go and watch Hamilton tonight, Toby, man.
I'm like, if I wasn't being buried with schoolwork after this, I'd be going up there to watch with them, and I'll damn sure have to pick out the part and go out there and watch the parts I enjoy.
Right.
They just had the first entry of King George.
Oh my God,
that guy's hilarious.
I know, right?
I send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. What were you gonna say, Randy?
Why didn't you get the X3 versus? I think you got the 1RS.
I thought about that, and I did, because I want to have the versatility of being able to switch between that first person view versus a 360. And that X3, I could not see having that thing down here in a helmet perspective. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
Yeah, to me, I would put it on my handlebar. That's how.
Yeah, I've got a mount set up for that, but I also want to be able to have a first-person view from the helmet occasionally. I want that option, is what it is.
Yeah, I use my GoPro on my helmet, and then I have the 360 on the handlebar.
Sure, exactly, and that's my thing. That's why I had that's like we said, the whole money thing. I'm not doing 2 cameras like that. They're expensive as shit. So I sold one to get the other.
Yep.
I've got the Hero 4 as it's a front mounted, so it's facing me. That's the full time one.
Yeah.
And then I'll rotate back and forth between it because that's the only downer that I have to figure out. And you guys even said this, Derek and Jason even said this was the 360. When you do that sucker, man, I'll put it to you this way. When I ride from here to Louisville, it's like 47, 50 miles one way for me, right? Mm-hmm. Right up there with a first-person view camera setup, and that GoPro would usually take 8 to 10 gigs, right, for one video to go up and back with, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Riding let me take that back. Going to Fort Knox from my house to Fort Knox is about 15 miles.
Yeah.
Going to there on a first-person view is about 8 to 10 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
When I did that ride up there with a 360 and back with the first person, the up there in a 360 by itself was 45 gigabytes for a 13-mile ride. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And granted, I know it'll get edited down, but so we'll see.
You running it at 5K?
Yeah, honestly, I turned it on, put the 360 and hit go. I really didn't.
Yeah, I don't use the 5K. I understand why it's there, but I went down to 4K.
Yeah,
and it does save space. Something to think about because really the big difference is really the ability to zoom in with the 5K.
Okay,
I don't even use it. I just use the 4. It turns out great. I mean, I'm happy with it. So.
Yeah, it's right, AB. 2 minutes of use, a lot of work, but I'm gonna mess around with it. So
that's how all of it is. It's play with it, tweak it until you get it to out.
Shut up, Chris. You already had your time. You went blackout mode, so you can't.
Yeah.
I think that's a rap song. Yeah, VAM 21 was of course my hangout with Bubba meetup basically, which worked out great for me.
All of us.
Yeah,
VAM 22 was great too because I got to do the actual rides and it was nice weather that weekend. And honestly, the only hang up with VAM 22 was the place didn't really have the food and
they weren't prepared for us.
They weren't ready for us, and
But Gordon actually has Mr. G actually has a different location he's doing his time.
Okay.
And he says it's a new place actually.
Yeah.
So
because I mean the building was big, but the acoustics in it really messed with me.
Oh,
I couldn't
terrible.
figure out what was going on with my tinnitus and all the other shit. I'm like, who's speaking?
Yeah.
Who's
and it was hard. Yeah, it was hard for VAM 22 too. And I understand like 10 rides got upset with everybody. And I kind of agree with them. Everybody was trying to talk what the comedians and music was on and stuff, but I really, there was people there that I didn't get to meet the year before that I really wanted to talk to. People I hadn't seen in a couple years. Maybe we don't need to have the entertainment. It's great having, it's nice. It was a good idea, and I'm not going to complain what they did. They did what they could. It was better than the first year, but the fact that I wanted to talk to people. I didn't really need to hear the music.
I think that it's been a developing event every year. And we learned last year that the Moose Lodge had terrible acoustics. So you want a place that you can have entertainment if you want to bring a singer in or something, but that people can talk if they want to talk and not one drown out the other. I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
But it is really cool how it's grown. Just those two events. So it's night and day.
Yeah.
You got to the first one, you went to the second one. You're like, wow, this is it's nice.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I'd like to go next year. I'm not sure what I can do. I
Or-
just
Or
I just
Harley Day Rider or scolded.
yeah. Yeah, that's it. I like hanging out with everybody and talking to everybody. I really didn't need the music. And it's the thing is, not everybody wants to listen to the same type of music too. So,
Yeah.
and they just by nobody. I'm not complaining about what they did. They did a great job. It's just hard to please people
So-
from all walks of life. I mean, even us on here, we're all from different areas. We might not agree on the same type of music, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm more excited to see everybody. The first year I could care less about the rides because of the weather. I hung out with Bubba. I got to talk to people at the meetups and stuff, and that was
So
it.
HDR and those people in the live checks, I know we've got a few more picked up since
Yeah.
whatever. So several in here go to that. So what Gordy texted me yesterday was it's a new place called Richland's High Side Tavern. So that's where he's trying to get, or he's got it booked up for, whatever. So you can go and look that up and check it out and see what's going on with it. But he says it's a new place, Richland's High Side Tavern.
Yeah.
But should be pretty good. Like I said, we would go, but we've had reservations for months.
Yeah.
So,
Man, I don't know, like my daughter doing the triathlons, you know what I mean? It worked out this year that I got to go to VAM 22, but I don't know if my daughter's doing Wisconsin again for the triathlons. I don't know what's going on, you know what I mean?
Well, as you know, family
I
always
definitely-
comes first.
Yeah. That's what I want to do, McStash's ride in Windy 9. It's something I wanted to do, and it's a little closer than VAM. It's 5-hour ride versus 7 or 8.
So here's my thing. It's like I'm torn because I'd like to be at the 120th in Milwaukee because I know that Windy 9 is at the same time, but I don't like being around large groups of people, and that place is going to be freaking packed.
Yeah.
So the Windy 9 might be a much better choice for me. And as far as everything else goes with VAM, like Black Phoenix, I mean, I've had tinnitus and hearing loss since I was still active duty. So and as Chris said, I would much rather just talk to people. I mean, I listen to all kinds of music, so it doesn't matter to me what they're playing. It's more just if I can't hear who I'm talking to.
Right.
Yeah. We'll definitely. We plan on going to the Windy 9 for sure because it's in June. But I mean, VAM it's awesome. I look forward to 24. But I mean, we're going for the 120th, and
I don't blame you.
Primarily, it's because it's coupled with the Route 66 ride we're doing. So
that's what I went to the museum last year too. I got to go to the Harley Museum. It was nice, but I think it'll be nuts next year. So
probably
for that. That's why I kind of want to go just for the meetup at the museum and stuff, but then not do the ride. It all depends on what's going on. Honestly,
yes. The dates for the Windy 9 McStash are June 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, right? Or is it's that weekend, whatever that is.
I think he's sleeping.
No, he's looking it up. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to go to the Harley.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I
think it's the next weekend.
Did he put it in the chat already?
No, we talked about it before. I think it's the
22nd to 26th, I believe.
That's what it was. I was a week off, week and a half off.
The other interesting thing next year in June is Laconia's 100th is going on. So I'll try to get up to. That's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from here.
Right, it's not too far from me.
Sorry, guys. I've got it on we got it on our family calendar, so I ain't got to remember the dates.
But that's next June, everybody. For wanting to know what we're talking about.
July or June?
No, that's not June. You got July. That's
no, it is July. Next June, yes.
No,
you got
June.
July.
It's June. I was wrong.
Yeah,
I know.
Oops. Let me take that one down. All right, but VAM is probably going to be that weekend or pretty close to whatever that is in July.
June 20. You said 22nd to the 25th. I just had I had the teens versus the 20s on there in my head.
Yeah, I'd like to go Laconia sometime too, but I haven't been to a
Everyone's
rally.
going to be up this way for Laconia. Let me know. So it's very close to me. So
When are the dates for that?
it's always Father's Day weekend.
What's up, Tweedledee?
So
As long as it doesn't interact with VAM or the Windy 9, I'm down because that's not too far from me.
Yeah,
And hey,
also
also,
won't interact with either of those. So
just so everybody's tracking this, Tweedledee, plug in the comments here. Your Tweedledee is actually working on he's organizing something to happen in Tennessee also. I can't remember what the dates were, but
Okay.
trying to cover the whole.
Yeah, we need information on that.
But
let us know.
Throw that in here in the comments, Tweedledee.
Sean, hit me up about Laconia.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the
Definitely.
Yeah, if anybody's got rides they want to do or meetups they want to put up, let us know. Well,
So
but if you remember, if y'all remember back in, was it May or I can't remember what month it was, but Traveling Tall did a Run to the Hills thing in Knoxville.
Yeah.
And so Tweedledee's kind of looking, not specifically to copy that, but he's looking at doing some good Western Tennessee, Middle Tennessee riding over a couple different days, giving people multiple options for different routes and different twisties and stuff.
Yeah, that's something because I've talked about retiring down to Kentucky or Tennessee, so I need to ride down there sooner or later.
It froze up again. There it is. Next year, September 14th to the 17th.
I don't know what's going on with this thing today.
You're good now.
Yeah, but I'd like to do a meetup in Pennsylvania again, either that or the Adirondacks. Honestly, I'd love to go. Yeah, I've driven through the Adirondacks multiple times. Never on the bike though. You got the Poconos and PA too.
Well, PA is good. It takes me about a day to get there. So
yeah,
it takes me about a day to get out of the Northeast. So it's good. Anything past this, I'm like, all right, now we got a plan for this.
We'll have a Hamilton meetup. We'll all pick a theme.
They'll be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, just don't be Disney. We're not doing a Disney meetup. But there's a cruise next year. Biker cruise.
Yeah, they do it every year actually.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's in your 2 years backed out at least.
Well, they did it. Yeah. But I think last year before last, they canceled it or whatever because of the whole pandemic crap. But it's
because I think they're already planning next year's.
We looked into the. Oh no, you're 2 years out, 3 years out at least. We've looked into that several times, but
the high seas rally is what I think it's called.
Yeah.
With no bikes.
Here's my thing. I love what they're doing. The fact that it's for charity. That's totally awesome. I've never been on a cruise. I'd like to try it. Kristen probably won't. And 4, I would rather ride my bike somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it can't be a great time. I mean, Jess has put out some videos on it, and Adam Sandoval's put out some videos on it.
That's not the one you take your bike with you?
No, it's a totally.
Okay. Maybe I've got them crossed then.
No, you're right, Toby. You're right. They don't have. They had bikes on the cruise that you could look at, but they were bolted to the floor. They didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, there's no riding on that one.
Yeah, the one the wife and I looked at. You take your bike, put it on the boat. They stop at the thing. You take your bike off. You guys do a guided ride. Put your bike back on. That's
not that one.
See, I would do that.
Okay,
I would do that.
Okay, so there's 2 different ones because Des is saying this was the first year for that, and I know for sure. I'm not trying to argue with her or anybody, but I know for sure I've seen other cruise. I've seen a cruise advertisement for motorcycle folks or targets or demographic, whatever.
Yeah.
I know I saw it last year. I know I saw it during the pandemic, and I know they canceled it during the pandemic. And then that was the first year I'd heard of it. But I might be confusing the High Seas Rally with that one. I don't know.
And the one you're talking about, Jason, that's the one that's backed up like 3 years.
Yeah, where you
I don't
take
think
your bike and they drop you at each port, and you ride at each port.
Yeah, this is something different. I thought the support bikers were going to do. I thought they were going to do their own thing. They were talking about it. They had something where they emailed and everything. It was on Facebook too. But let me see if I can look it up.
No, that is. You're right, Chris. That's what it is. It's the High Seas Rally that they are talking about. They are working. They are working with that group of people to arrange for next summer or for next year. So
I thought maybe they were doing something on their own. All right.
No, it is the High Seas Rally though. They're trying.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had something, but that's what it is. Yeah. The app High Seas Rally 2023. They had a video about it on their channel. All right. Yeah, that's all it is. I thought maybe they're putting their own together. But yeah, you're going to spend a lot more money on drinks than buying shit for your bike there. I went on one of those cruises years ago. It wasn't a bike related one, but
can you camp on a boat?
Cheap. I think that's what the pirates do.
You can pitch a tent, but you can't camp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Close enough. How much does this cost?
Talk to Marge.
Yeah. I could say the last time I went on a cruise was my honeymoon with my ex-wife, and that was the last time I ever pitched a tent with her. So, it was pretty much over after that.
A couple times more than that, you got kids.
TMI, man.
At least one more time. But yeah,
this is a boat, not a submarine.
Yeah, that boat turned into a submarine.
Yeah.
Right?
So just to I'm not going to face palm anybody. I'm just messing around here, but I'm looking at an article right now that says 2021 will mark the 21st High Seas Rally sailing. So not the first year.
Yeah, the first year was a 3-hour tour, though.
Got me left so hard I'm coughing.
Yeah, I really don't have a lot planned for next year. I bought that camper and plan on using that, but I can't tow that behind the bike. Unfortunately, they don't make bikes big enough to tow that, unless you get one of those ice biker trikes with a V8 or something in it. But yeah. Ray's Moto Life got 100 subs. That's what everybody's talking about that in the chat too. So go ahead.
Congrats.
We all know, that struggle for that first 100, man.
Yeah.
Go change your YouTube channel title name, your URL to a title name instead of a binary code.
Yep.
Well, hey, I think we're about done, right, Chris? Because I can't stand
Black Phoenix had something.
Work.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get a copyright strike for Hamilton playing in the background either.
Yeah. Who knows? Anybody have anything?
Toby's got to get ready to root on them Colts against them Raiders, man.
Yeah, if I can even watch it.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to watch it. You can still root for them.
Oh, yeah. You got an interim head coach, Jeff Saturday, old center for him. Good stuff.
Yeah, I know.
But
hey, anybody? Nope.
No,
I think we're good.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, for a couple technical issues on my end. But it happens.
Foul movements and whatnot. That's what happens with foul movements, man.
Yeah. Something had to move here.
Yeah, we had some movement, that's for sure.
Yeah, had some movement, sound effects, all kinds of good stuff. There it goes again.
Still going.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the first of hopefully many monthly episodes.
Make sure you hit that like button on the way out, people. Please, thank you, and thanks for joining us.
Yep, subscribe to everybody here if you're not already. Subscribe to everybody in the chats too.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of good people showing up today for the first one. So keep coming back.
We're a family.
All right.
Yeah.
Later.
See you, everybody. Bye for now.
Oh.